This is Bell. Another 2-yard gain there. This time it's 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down.
Hey, Charlie! You team spill!
And Darnold just beating the play clock. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Trucks over him, pushing through the contact. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 15.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback. Check.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
At the 15-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Big stop, let's go. Check. Two.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard. Line.
C.J. Mosley on
Here
the
comes
tackle.
the boom. I see you,
A 2-yard
boy. I
pickup
see you.
makes it 3rd and 8.
Here we go.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this third down.
Hey, alert.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Completes it to Samuel. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
That's good for a 49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here we go.
You can't block me.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Black 80! You better bring it.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Garoppolo out wide here to Samuel. There he goes, left side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points.
Here we go. 180! Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
They can't hang with us.
11. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Cut!
On second down, here's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Screenplay, Johnson. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Darnold on first down. That's complete. It's Bell. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. 25 yards that time. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
2nd and 5 now. Darnold toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for, and it's 3rd and 5.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
In your face.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jayon Brown in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaken up on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Shift. 21. Here we go.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. He's going to float this over the middle deep, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
You can't block me.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Here comes the 49ers punter now. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold goes underneath for Bell. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them.
They get a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
56. Mike, 56. 56.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Bravo. 56. Check 56. All right. Here we go. Let's go. Lady. Pilot, 64. Weak. Lady.
Throwing again is Darnold. Open man is Robbie Anderson. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Darnold to throw again. This is Bell on the dump off. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet 1st down.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective third down play to move the chains. Now a first down carry by Bell. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch twist. Delaney, check 4, check the
On second down, it's Bell. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The Jets on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Mike 5-4. Watch the run.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. This is caught, and he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. On for the extra point, Giorgio Tavecchio. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0.
Makes the score Jets 7, 49ers nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
On second down, Johnson. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Garoppolo got his target, Samuel. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 18 yards, first down, Niners.
And the 49er first down.
You draw
First and 10 at the 47.
Here's Garoppolo on first and 10. That is incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Garoppolo looks to throw. That's caught by the 6'8" tight end, Zach Gentry. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 30. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Watch, twitch.
White.
Check 3. Check 3.
Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Here we go.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Sponge.
They'll run it with Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 at the 19. Here's Johnson. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Tremaine Johnson that time there to force the incompletion. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. To throw is Garoppolo, and this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Darnold now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bell. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching up another 15 against your score.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. A first down throw, Darnold. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half, a second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Yeah, let's get set.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. Darnold on third down. Found his target. It's Anderson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. Army. No. Hey.
On first down, Darnold. That's complete. It's Collins. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Check safety. We're going to yell, lady. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
22 jet bomber.
Hey, it's our house. Shit.
Back to throw, Darnold. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Out there now, the lefty Tavecchio for the Falcon field goal. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound Brandon no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. Open man is Samuel, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Well, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
13. 21.
He's coming.
Now Johnson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, check 24. Watch
65.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Here we go.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run with a fullback, Juszczyk. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, switch gears. Switch. Lady.
They'll go again with Bell. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him 6 yards in the first down. Darnold now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Darnold completes it. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll make this a 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Darnold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Give me some. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Man, I got you. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56.
Again, Darnold. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first, and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle, because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. Good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
He finds an opening past the 40, and he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On 2nd down now, it's Green, and very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. That's Samuel, caught left side. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now it's Darnold. And Brake, the tight end's got it. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jayon Brown picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Taking it about the 16. Powers through him. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They go to Johnson again. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
The Niners on 3rd down. Lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. That one goes for 36 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd and 7, Garoppolo over the middle, complete. That's Williamson. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Here we go.
Garoppolo now, 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon, and he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
21.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Mike, check.
General West.
59.
Again, it's Johnson. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time it's 3rd and 3. Looking from the gun, Garoppolo completes it to Samuel. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Deebo Samuel, his 5th touchdown now on the year. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. shifts by him. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. And a tackle there by Quan Alexander. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Nick Bosa. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. The defense did their job. 4th quarter, big stand.
No doubt about it, because the offense has been yelling at him from the sideline. Just do us a favor. Get us the ball back. Give us one more chance to take it downfield. The defense just did them a solid, it appears.
And when they get the ball back, they can kind of play free tie game. They're not behind. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded at the 20. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
There's a 20th carry for Johnson. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Slam, slam, slam. Switch, switch.
On 2nd down. It's Johnson, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
3rd and 5.
Here we go.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 21.
Nice, well-coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Mike, check, 59.
Johnson. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Johnson. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think we just saw an example of a game situation that I know is discussed, practiced to the nth degree, go right out the window and a chance to win the game as well.
Yeah, protect the football. On the other side, you're taught to get in there and rake it out. They did just that.
I mean, they go over this starting in OTAs and mini camps. You go through these situations, and that's the way a lot of teams like to end practice. Finish it off with this type of a drive, kick the game-winning field goal. Everyone feels good and heads to the locker room. In this case, though, they're not going to feel so great about it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Darnold. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Darnold now to throw. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. So it all rests now on the left foot of Giorgio Tavecchio. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So it all rests now on the left foot of Giorgio Tavecchio. He's made one and he's missed one thus far. This for the win. And Tavecchio pushed it. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. So it was a golden chance to go ahead here in the final moments, but he misses for a second time in this game.
Brandon, either one of those go, and they might be on their way to a victory. Instead, they're going to have to hold on here defensively just to force overtime.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't... So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
There we go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Darnold now to throw. He's going to air one out for Anderson, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7. To throw is Darnold. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone, all right? You don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back. Hey, lady.
A first carry now for Alex Collins. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Here we go, T. Here I come. I got you, baby. I got you. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Get him. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle.
Here we go.
They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
Inside. 54, right there. 54, Mike. It's going to be a long day. Tight dog. Hey, lady.
After the penalty, it's Bell. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
Mike, we're going to sign. Mike, 56. Come on, get ready. Alert for inside.
Now Bell. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. And the 49ers going to take another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Biggest play now in this opening drive of overtime. This is 3rd and goal.
Touchdown, defense. Check 24. Check ready.
Here's Bell. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to at least get them a lead here in overtime. Oh, this ball hangs out to the right. It's no good. And that changes everything here in OT. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you not got too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. What can Garoppolo do now with his drive? He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath, and boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
Here we go.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Garoppolo. Screenplay. Johnson. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
13. 13.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Here we go.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hey, gun. 21. Hey, high 7.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Darnold. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back.
Mike, 56, right there, 56. Oh, you got deep? 56 to Mike, boys, 56. Check, 56. Double dog, that's the way. Check 3.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Back to the air, Darnold on second down. Oh, and it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick.
Hit, baby. You see it all day. Hit.
Intercepted. The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored. That's your ball game. Can't wait to...
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Leonard Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. So into overtime and all the way to the end of overtime, they have a chance to win it. Couldn't convert on the field goal, and we end in the very rare tie.
Don't see it very often. We did discuss it as we began overtime that because it's a regular season game, we're going to play that last quarter. And if no one scores or however, if it finishes in a tie, that's it. But, boy, how bad do you feel for him? The opportunity to win it with a field goal at the end, and it doesn't go through the pipes.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.